In case you haven't noticed, pinball wizardry is where it's at. Along with foosball, video games, and jukeboxes, the Ohio Music and Amusement Association recently held its annual exposition, which is the largest state-sponsored trade show in the nation. Vice President Mel Perlman elaborated on the elaborate setup. Mel, there's an awful lot of machines, an awful lot of gimmicks. What makes one more popular than another?
Well, the industry says it's what people really want to play. It's what the player really is going to enjoy. Many times the manufacturer of the game is not sure what it's going to be. Therefore, the designers design a game and they will produce a small amount of them and have them test marketed around the country. They have reports on what is happening with the game, how much money it produces, how the players enjoy it. And if a particular game gets a lot of reaction, earns a lot of money, the manufacturer will then produce a large amount of them. Once he produces whatever amount he produces, he stops producing them. And then it becomes a unique item.
So what you're saying is we really don't know.
That's basically true. But they're getting a little more sophisticated. They're starting to understand some of the things that will create some additional play appeal, such as sound, such as different kinds of flashing lights, such as how difficult a game is. If it's too difficult, it doesn't get a lot of play, and if it's too easy, it doesn't get a lot of play.
Will you take me around and show me some of these unique?
I would love to.
Mel, to me this really looks like just another electronic TV game. What makes this unique?
Well, the features that make this unique are the tremendous amount of animation on the field. When you're playing this game, you really get the feeling that you're out there playing basketball. This might be the kind of thing that the Ohio State coach ought to be having his players warm up with. It gives them a lot of eye-hand coordination.
Is it the feel of that ball, rolling that ball around? Is that what makes it different?
You get the feeling of the ball dribbling and blocking the ball and shooting the ball. It makes you really feel that you're inside there playing that game.
Mel, how much money are we talking about? What kind of range are we talking about in these machines?
You're talking a minimum of $1,500 to a maximum of over $3,000 per
And
game.
people are shelling this kind of money out more and more, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They certainly are. One of the things that have happened in the industry is not only are these machines being used in what the industry calls street locations, but they're also been used in the game rooms that are grown tremendously throughout the country.
So instead of really less, there's going to be more and more, do you think?
There will be more and more games, and they will become more and more sophisticated.
Okay, now we're going to move on to one more sophisticated game.
The size of the machine is what makes it so much different than any of the others. The others are approximately 2 feet wide by about 5 feet long. This one's about 4.5 feet wide and about 8 feet long. And everything in proportion is much bigger on the play field. That's what makes this so unique.
Why have we gone to a machine that is this big? Is that just the wave of the future?
I don't think it's really the wave of the future. I think the manufacturers are always looking for unique ideas, and this was one of them, making something oversized. And the question will be whether or not it will really continue to be produced on a large scale. Also, it's another kind of a situation where it's man versus machine, and this is going to be a bigger thing and harder for man to control. As you noticed before, you know how people push pinball machines. Well, this one is pretty hard for people to push, unless you're a tackle or guard for Ohio State football or something like that.
Tell you one thing, you'd need one heck of a big rec room for this baby.
That's true.